Guys, welcome back to Dawn Investments. Today's video is just going to be a quick video centered around one of our methods in which we use to find stocks that we swing trade. We're going to be showing you guys just briefly a method and some of the scanners we use to find stocks that we swing. Personally, we use multiple swing scanners, about around 6 to 7, but for the simplicity of the video, we're just going to go over 2 scanners that you could combine to really find the best kind of stocks to swing in an easy, simple way instead of going to 6 or 7. The first part of our scan actually doesn't start on Thinkorswim. It actually starts with finviz.com. Here on Finviz, you have a lot of options that you can use to find news, fundamentals, day trade, swing trade. But for the purpose of this video, we're going to be using it to find swings. First thing, when you come here, always pay attention to the overall markets, the DOW, the NASDAQ, the SP 500. Those in itself will tell you the overall health of the current market, whether it's up or down. From there, you want to head up here. Depending on how specific you want to get, you can either go into groups and see 1 week and 1 month performances of specific sectors if you want to get into a specific type of stock, because when you use these bar charts, it shows you what stocks are performing well over a specific amount of time. But if you're a trader who doesn't really mind what sector you're going to and you just want to basically just find something that can make you a profit, your best option, you wouldn't need to actually come into this area of Finviz. You would actually just have to go straight to Screener and enter a few of these and fill out some of these descriptions. When you first click on Screener, you'll be met with the descriptive section of the screener. Here you want to enter just a few basic things to narrow down your search. See, as you can see here, the total is 6,994, and by the end of our settings, it should be reduced drastically. Under descriptive, the first thing you want to do is change the market cap. Because we're looking for swings, we don't want to trade any small or micro stocks, just because these are very volatile and holding them overnight can be kind of risky. So the first thing I want you to do is click on plus mid. Means you're choosing a stock with a market cap of 2 billion or more. Up here you can tune into a specific market cap, but with this plus sign you do the market cap or more. So I want you to pick plus mid for the scanner, and that'll reduce some things. See how it reduced drastically already. And then also here you want to go to average volume, pick something over 500k, because you definitely always want volume in any of the stocks you trade. Sector, if you didn't find a sector from groups earlier from that bar chart, then it doesn't really matter. You could just pick any. Float short, depending on the type of stock you're looking for, this will be useful, but for just an overall general swing trade, you can leave that as any. Relative volume, this is where it becomes important. Put this at over 1. Relative volume is simply a measure of how popular the stock is becoming. The numbers represent how many times more of volume is being traded times its regular volume. So with this example, 1, if it has a relative volume of 1, it just means that the stock is trading 1 times more than its average or regular volume. So after you pick the relative volume, over 1 meaning it's trading 1 times higher than its normal volume. You want to come over here. Current volume doesn't really matter. All this doesn't really matter. You want to go to price. Price is really up to you, but for the purposes of this video, I'll just make it under 7. But you can really make it anything you want. The options will work with any price. Next, going into fundamental. I know for long-term investments, I usually look into PE, forward PE, PG, EPS, all that. But for swings, maybe like at most maybe like 2 weeks, the PE may not be as relevant. It's definitely still relevant, but you won't need to worry about it, and you won't have to worry about a lot of these for looking into the swings we're looking for. So as for fundamental, you can just kind of skip this over. But like I said, if you're looking for long-term investments, you should definitely, change the criteria for PE, forward PE, current ratio, and PEG, as they're very important in terms of long-term investing. But for the purpose of this video, we're just going over a swing scanner, so we can just skip over the fundamental side of things. Here now we're in technical. The first one, performance, doesn't really matter. You don't really have to change anything here either. And like I said, for depending on the type of swing you're looking for, you can change how the stock relates to the simple moving average by clicking here, price above or below the SMA. But for this, we already narrowed it down to 15 stocks, so we don't need to really change anything else. Our descriptive was mainly enough. So here, to find the stock you want to trade, you have a bunch of different tabs here that just show different things. What you want to do is go to performance and make it so it's in the descending order for the performance for a week or a month, depending on how long you want to hold the stock. You can also look at technical if you want to see like the ATR, how it relates to the SMA, the beta, all that stuff. I find these somewhat important. So choosing a stock with a higher ATR would yield better profits if it does in turn go up, which you would determine after your analysis. So if you don't order the stocks by performance, you can order them by ATR, which I like to do sometimes, just to quickly find a ticker. Well, so after you decide the order the tickers are going to be in, basically what you want to do is starting from the top is just look at their preview charts like this. And you want to look at the ones that you see has some type of potential, just like a quick scan over. For example, looking at this, it's probably not something I would want to swing, so I wouldn't even waste my time trying to analyze it. But starting from the top, CLF, WLL, and things like that. So I'm going to look at CLF and WLL, and this is where you want to switch over to Thinkorswim. Okay, so once you're in the Thinkorswim platform, the first thing you want to do is head up to the scan option. From here, you want to make up your own criteria, and we're going to show you that criteria now. We use several scanners for swing trading, intraday trading, day trading, all that. But for this video, we're going to use actually one of our scanners that isn't one of our swing scanners. But we made up a scanner that works very well with FinViz and sets you up for the best type of swings. When you start to dive deeper into swings and more analysis and more due diligence, then you can start to use multiple scanners. Like we use around 6 to 7 scans to find a good swing trade, but we use around 6 to 7 scanners to find some of our swings, just so we can have a multitude of stocks to give the people on our team and the people in the Discord. But for you as an individual, you don't need to use 6 or 7 different scanners. That's just us. You can just use the scanner we're going to show you, in accordance with FinViz, of course, for the best type of stocks. We call it LP Momentum. You can name it anything you want. Our name doesn't really mean anything specific, but these are basically the criteria. First, you want to start with last and put in the price range you want. I have it at 30 cents, but I'm going to make it $2, making a range of $2 to $20. The next thing I want to put is volume. What I'm looking for, the volume is very low, but Finviz already cycled out the volume problem. We already had that set up in Finviz, so I just put it at 5,000 or more just to increase my options. Percent change is also there under stocks. You can just find it under the filter for stock, percent change, and make it either plus 4%, plus 4 to 5%, and to unlimited. And then the next one is volume index. The volume index just basically means, if you're confused, the amount of volume flowing in and out of the stock, which kind of determines if the stock is a bullish or bearish kind of stock. So we just make this 26 to 30%. We made it 28.47 from trial and error. This is what we found to be the best for us. And we make our market cap 11 million or more, which is also a little different from Finviz, but it'll work out for our purposes. Then you just simply click scan. Now here you're going to be bombarded with a list of scans, but then use this scanner in accordance with Finviz by matching some of the results that you got here with some of the lookouts you got on Finviz. So look in here, we have a list of stocks, and we're going to see if any of them match. This one matches the WLL, and we're going to see if anything else matches. I think that's it. Usually when you're trading, you can probably find more when you're looking, but for now, we only see WLL. And also, if you don't see anything that matches, uh, don't be worried about that. All you would need to do at that point is look at some of the stocks here and just analyze some of these stocks anyway. Or if you like the Finviz ones you got better, just analyze those. They don't necessarily have to match, but finding one that does match is a very good sign. And that's one that we usually pay attention the most to. We usually find 1 to 3 that match, but in this situation, I can only find one. Um, but usually we have 1 to 3, and then we usually just analyze those. But like I said, if you don't find tickers that match, which is a very real possibility, you can just either analyze the ones here or the ones on Finviz that you found with your criteria. So after you select the one that matches, or the one that you select, the ticker that you select, just go to charts and type it in. Coincidentally, WLL is what we found, and it is coincidentally something that we actually have been trading based on some of our scanners, and we've made quite a profit from it. Just today, it popped up on our scanners since yesterday, but we didn't jump into today. It pulled off the it pulled back from open and bounced off the bottom view app, and ever since then it's up 14% today. And as for a swing trade, when it popped up yesterday, it would have been up even more, around 20% at this point. So as you can see, this type of stocks we find with these scanners yield great results, especially when you find some that match on both websites, not websites, but Finviz and Thinkorswim. If you would have scanned this yesterday, which we did and found it yesterday, and got in at like a low point on the support, it would have been very easy to make 20% if you held it the whole day. And even if you did what we did and just jumped in today, it would have been a very easy 13 something percent. And we're still holding it. A lot of our traders are still holding it. And if it drops, we have a stop loss set, but honestly, I doubt that it'll drop this far back down. And if it does, then we'll just cut our losses. But most likely that won't happen, so hopefully not. So yeah, finding stocks with this method can be very efficient and very useful. Like I said, scanning every day, you can definitely find different things. You would have found this yesterday if you scanned for it yesterday, because that's when we found it. And you'll be able to swing stocks with very high efficiency. One of the best resources I find in finding stocks to swing is really this scanner. This not this scanner specifically, but playing around with these settings really helps out. We have multiple scanners. We've done multiple trial and error. So if you have any questions or things you want us to analyze, just let us know. Or even if you want some extra information on some of the other scanners that we have, like any of these, because like I said, we use multiple scanners on a day to day, and for swing trades, we use around 6 to 7, including the FinViz one. And referring back to the beginning of the video, if this these criteria that I gave you don't work out for you and you don't find what you're looking for, and you want to just get a little bit more specific or go even a little broader, you can always just refer to that group performance and see what's working out for 1 week or 1 month, especially for swings. If you're already in a swing, you will look at 1 week or 1 day so you can stay up to date with your stock. But if you're looking for something to jump into, 1 month performance and 1 week performance would be the best indicators. Looking at the top three here and then matching with the top three there. So in this case would be technology, utilities, financial, and then 1 week performance. The best ones are financial, industrial goods, consumer goods. So combining both of these, the best one to look at would be financial. Then you go to the screener, go to the sector, hit financial, basically just do what we did before. But since it's already a little bit more specific, you can really change the settings up a little bit, make the market cap any, change your price, to make it something that you want. Keep the average volume over 500K, and you're already down to 9. And, you could just trade these. All these will be, I'm not sure if all these are good swings, but this is where you look at the performance. Look for something that's all green. Something that's all green all throughout week performance, on the month, quarter, half a year, year to date. Something like that that's all green is definitely a safe investment. I want to say it's the best investment. You should definitely do your own due diligence, not just trade it automatically. But this is potentially a very safe investment. Just looking at this real quick, LYG. I've analyzed it before. That's why it has the trend lines. But I mean, looking at the 180, see something like this. We just found it in 2 seconds. Went up, went down, had a profit of around 14. Wait for it to pull back, and it's another good swing. So if you don't like the first method, this is a way quicker, simpler method you can do. Just go to groups, find that group that's doing the best, and then look for something that's all green, or just look for a chart that you really like. Like that looks like a nice chart. Oh, but it's all green. See, the all green ones usually have the better charts. And, just trade it. Like looking at the next one. This is the one 180 for that. Looks like it's bouncing up. It's hitting a resistance, so this probably isn't a good thing to trade right now. But once it pulls back, this would definitely be a good potential trade for around 17%. So yeah, that's really it. Those were just two different methods you can use to find swings. The first one in combination with Thinkorswim. This one just with FinViz by itself, real quick and easy. If you need any help or want any opinions, or you want us to help you analyze something, just let us know. Our Discord is in the description. Message us on YouTube or whatever. Just if you have any questions, just let us know. Or if you want any help finding additional scanners to use for different times of the day, different scenarios, different situations, just let us know and we'll be here for you. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed.